Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Inside KSD Student Produced News. I'm Kane Smith.
And I'm Ryan Kellum.
Thanks for joining us. On this week's episode, we'll check in on the video game design department and see what goes on in there.
We'll also check to see what school subjects people enjoy, as well as interview Mr. Hennick, who teaches history. All this and more on Inside KSD.
The Harker-Tides Choir continues to add to a stunning collection of offerings. Director Spencer Wiley and Amber Moon had the idea of making their own original music. The groups Pitch Black and Iron Maze completed recording 6 tracks with the help of Capella producer and engineer Mel Denecki. Students in the groups got to choose the songs to record in August and have engaged in recording sessions in October, January, and finished them in May. Look out for the album sometime late in the summer.
Recently, 2 AV production students, Caden Smith and Marcel Diggs, went to go interview the video game design teacher, Mike Page, who goes on to talk about what they do in the video game design department and its benefits.
My name is Mike Page, and I'm a CTE teacher. Been teaching video game design. What we do in this class is we make video games. So I teach students how to work in the game engine. We use the Unity game engine. And I teach them C# programming language. It's what we program our games in, and we just develop all sorts of different types of games. Well, there's lots of good benefits. Video games take a lot of different skills to create, so we focus primarily on computer science skills, so computer programming, things like that. So even if students don't pursue a career in game design, they can transfer those skills over to any kind of a coding job, and there's tons of coding jobs out there, from websites to apps to games to whatever, so lots of good benefits. Not very often, because usually we're pretty busy, but we do, during Power Hour, we do esports in here, so kids can come in and they can play esports games and they can compete. But we don't spend a lot of time during class. I try to keep everybody busy.
Recently, Colleen ISD's Elementary Teacher of the Year, Rosabelle Montero, a bilingual kindergarten teacher at Peoples Elementary School. When Peoples experienced a teacher shortage, Montero requested to combine a bilingual class without a full-time teacher with hers. Although she had been offered administrative posts over the years, she wanted to remain in the classroom.
2 AV1 students, Isabella Lara and Ryan Kellum, interviewed history teacher Mr. Hennig to learn more about him as a teacher and what he does in his class.
All right, hello, my name is Garrison Hennig, and I'm a teacher here at the Career Center. What made me start teaching is a really convoluted story. I was a cop before I started teaching, and I kind of always gravitated toward teaching that profession. I worked at the academy. I did the Citizens Police Academy. So it was just kind of a natural progression to move from teaching police to just being a more all-the-time teacher kind of thing. So that's why I made the move. I'm a little bit more laid back, I'd say. Well, I don't know if I'll be a principal here, but I am transitioning to become a principal. That has been probably the hardest thing I've ever done in my professional career, because it hasn't been just getting to go to school and doing school, my own education standalone. It's been trying to teach and do a job and get my education. So there's been times where I have put more into my education and less into my classroom, and there's been times I put more in the classroom and less in my education. So it's been a very hard balancing act, but it's finally paying off. I will graduate on May 13th and be done. I am excited to transition into the principal position. I just kind of feel, during COVID, there was a lot of pressure that was put on all teachers, and I tried to help as much as I can my peers, of helping them work through the computer systems that we use to get lessons digitized and everything else when we were having to do online teaching. And I found during that time there was a set of skills that I possessed that are not being used here in the classroom with my students because they're just not needed, kind of like management and there'll be some good stuff to transfer over to get some young blood in a principal position. I look forward to having maybe a bigger reach than just my classroom students. It's going to put me in contact with an entire campus and all those kids and try to make those same type of connections I made here in this room with my students, with some of the kiddos that aren't directly underneath me. So, and just to kind of impact some more young people if I can in any kind of way that an opportunity is presented to me.
What was your favorite subject in school? Some people prefer math, science, or even history. AV1 student Isabella Lara went around the Killeen Career Center and asked students what their favorite subject was.
Today we'll be asking students what their favorite school subject is. What's your favorite subject in school?
History.
History? Okay, thank you.
I think I'll go with Spanish right now.
Okay.
Math. Science.
Science? Okay.
Probably art.
Art?
Algebra.
Algebra? English. English? Yeah. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Has to be history, you feel me? Mr. Berg, shout out to Mr. Berg. You know, he's him.
There you have it. Now, what's your favorite school subject?
Thank you for watching Inside KSD Student-Produced Television. For Caden Smith, our crew backstage, and all of us here at the Career Center, I'm Ryan Kellum. We'll see you next time on Inside KISD.